All right, and so I'll talk about novels. So, the first novel I read this month was All You Need Is Kill, and this was a great book to follow up A Fire Upon the Deep. Not that it was better, but it stays with you. It keeps you there. This is just it fires on all cylinders like all the way through. I feel like, and just lots of fun. Lots of fun. I was telling her I almost resent the movie Edge of Tomorrow now because this is the source material for it, and it's just every element is better except for Sergeant Farrell. Sergeant Farrell is so much better in the movie. But oh yeah, this was a lot of fun. I rated it. Let's see. I rated it 4 stars because it's not a masterpiece by any means, but it definitely kept my interest and was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to read.
I actually liked Emily Blunt better than book
really?
Rita. Although I saw them very similarly. I thought she was well cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much well cast. Yeah, I guess she was described very differently in the book. A ginger, and I really liked. And very small, and very unlikely for a jockey. That's what they call him. I liked the suits better, but I liked her solitude in the book. That was an element that was not portrayed enough within the movie. And I hate to pick on the movie because it did what it could, and it was really good. I still enjoy it a lot, but I'm really glad I read All You Need Is Kill. Sorry about that. And that's written by Hiroshi Sakurazaka. Sorry.
You did a way better job than I did. So
I try.
Awesome. Okay, we went and saw Suicide Squad opening weekend.
That's right.
And so I decided to pick up a couple of Suicide Squad because I had not read anything. And this is the New 52, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And I enjoyed these. I thought I enjoyed the first one better. I don't know if you can see that art. It opens up with the Suicide Squad being interrogated, and they're the bad guys want information, and it goes inside each of the squad members' heads, and you get to see that they're like their motivation for being there and for not giving up the information, and they all know that they're gonna die anyways, so there's not a lot of motivation to cooperate. And anyways, I thought it was really enjoyable. I didn't like the second one as much, and honestly, it's been so long flipping through this, I don't really remember what happened. I don't know. But I rated the first one 4 stars and the second one 3 stars. I did enjoy picking these up, and I did enjoy the movie.
Do you think the movie reflected the New 52 characters at all? Give or take some of them?
So, it was interesting because the squad switches up so much in the comics that there's characters dying left and right and being replaced all the time. The only main characters that are staying constant are Harley and Deadshot, and that's pretty much what you got. I don't know. I think there were some things that they did for the movie that they were trying to give more personality, I guess, and trying to make the audience like them because they are bad guys.
Right.
And their motivations are, I am only doing this because I have to, or I'll be killed, or I'll be locked away forever. They're working to get time cut off their sentence. And what I loved about it at the end is they go back to jail, and they're like, okay, awesome, that mission cut 10 years off your sentence, and they're
back to your cell.
They're like, I've got 4 consecutive life sentences and you knock off 10 years? What is this? So that was pretty funny.
All right. And then I did this one on audiobook, but it's Altered Carbon by Richard K. Morgan. And this one was pretty interesting. took place in a sort of cyberpunk, near, well, no, like distant future, but still very street level, that this story is told from. And it doesn't, I'm talking about the world way too much, instead of the story, but the world's just very interesting because it just exists around the characters, and very much a character driven story. But anyway, the crux of this is, people in the future, your consciousness exists in this, essentially what's called a cortical stack, like this kind of device that sits at the base of your skull, in your spine, and you can, if you're rich enough, switch out bodies as much as you like, and bodies are just known as sleeves, and that just leads to like some really kind of sleazy things that people can do. Like, if someone's in debt, you can like, you can buy their sleeve off of them, and then you could sell their sleeve to like undesirable business, that does, and very grungy story, and lots of violence. And Takashi Kovacs is he's one of the funnier anti-heroes. But just gruesome too. He's very, yeah, just very rampaging and unpredictable. But he was almost the best at every, one of those characters that's too good at everything. But it definitely gave it enough moments throughout the story where he got his ass handed to him. But I rated this one 3 stars because I don't think it's going to stick with me.